And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, your referee, Joe Santarpia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first of 3 times tonight, from Madison Square Garden, let's get ready to rumble! And boxing in the heavyweight division, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green trim with gold and weighing in at 250 pounds, he brings a professional record of 24 victories, 23 by KO, with only 1 defeat, a native of Cuba, but now living and fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, ladies and gentlemen, Jorge Luis Gonzalez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, trimmed with black, weighing in at 224 pounds. Now standing with 29 KOs. He comes to us from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world,
You both know the rules. I want a good, clean fight. Are there any questions? No. Okay, shake hands now, and God bless you both. Good luck.
And we start now, the first round. Tim Witherspoon and Jorge Luis Gonzalez. There you get a look at Gonzalez. The crowd did not appreciate him, and there is Tim Witherspoon, big crowd favorite, has remained one through the years. Well, Witherspoon would seem to have the favorite chance going in. What do you think, guys?
I think Tim's going to take him out in about the 5th or 6th round. Just going to chop him down with some action, some jabs, some body shots.
Witherspoon clearly is the favorite in this fight. Jorge Luis Gonzalez is going to probably have to fight the best fight of his life to win tonight. I don't think he can do it.
Witherspoon trying to crowd Gonzalez in the opening round here. Terrible Tim with explosive power, missing with the looping right hand. Trying to get that one through. That's a good weapon for him when he's a little bit closer.
That's his best punch, Dave, and that's a punch where Gonzalez holds his left low that could be the telling blow of the fight if it can find the target.
It does there. We got Gonzalez's attention. It was at the top of the head.
And when you hit a guy up top, he gets real wobbly, loses equilibrium.
I was talking to Witherspoon's co-manager during the weigh-in, Tom Moran. The one thing they were a little bit unsettled about was that Tim Witherspoon did not get the round sparring that he would have liked. He broke his pinky finger on his left hand in the Al Cole fight in the 3rd round. And he had some problems with it early in camp, and then he injured his back, so he had to lay off. He didn't get a lot of rounds until the very end of camp, so we'll have to see how rusty he is.
So he might be a big force early, and then if he did not get the rounds, it would catch up with him later on, making the early going more significant than usual for Witherspoon. And he is a good early rounds fighter.
I'd like to see Witherspoon try that left hand to the body and see if the hand's all right. Give us an idea.
There's only 2 fights I've seen Gonzalez not walk his man down. That was Riddick Bowe, now Tim Witherspoon.
Fighting going backwards.
Right. So it's very unusual for him.
Well, it's the type of respect that he really cannot afford to show because he's not utilizing that reach if he does it. There's Witherspoon throwing the hook as Gonzalez caught out there with the jab. He will need to establish that and keep it popping in Witherspoon's face. Witherspoon looking for that right hand. Wasn't there. So Gonzalez goes downstairs, then an uppercut. Witherspoon with a nice hook. And the crowd heating up now.
Gonzalez does have power. Tim's got to be careful not to get caught in those inside exchanges.
But he doesn't have that smoothness. He doesn't bend much at the waist. He doesn't grab his man. It's that cocky attitude that I can knock you out, but if you get hurt, what do you do? Like he's starting to get nailed by left hook from Witherspoon right now.
You see him doing a smart thing there, taking Tim's neck and bending it down. Of course, that will contribute to a fighter's fatigue and general muscle soreness during a bout.
So the first round comes to a close, and the crowd got a bit of a thrill late. And we'll go back to round two.
Put this on that eye. The bottom of that eye. Hey, loosen his fucking belt. The belt. Loosen a little bit. ¿Okay? Perfecto. Oye, lo dañaste ahí. You don't want it.
Now maybe next time you should lay off the fajitas a little bit instead of worrying about loosening the belt.
The general repair work done between rounds to Gonzalez, and maybe the thing that was most important, what they needed, they didn't get. They tried to use the edge flow device in the corner, and he shrugged it off and didn't let his corner apply it. So he got the style points, he looks better, but he can't be feeling better.
Gonzalez has always been his own worst enemy.
It seems like Witherspoon was trying to set up Gonzalez to throw that left jab so Tim can throw the chopping or the looping right hand over the top. If you see where Gonzalez holds his left hand, he brings it down instead of straight back. I think Tim's trying to time it.
He's been looking for that right hand since the beginning. And Witherspoon can lull you a little bit, not telegraph it too much, and then unload it.
Anybody who saw the Riddick Bowe fight against Gonzalez knows how many times Bowe crashed the big looping overhand right off that big shaven skull of his.
The key thing, though, you would figure that off of that, Gonzalez would adjust stylistically against a guy with the same type of a weapon and realize that jab has to be a big thing for him. And Witherspoon got through there.
Well, he's a very hard-headed fighter, Dave, in more than one way, and he doesn't really like to listen to his trainer. In fact, he's already split up with Richie Giacchetti, who had him for about a year and a half. That did not last.
Witherspoon, in the meantime, landing a nice left hook as he circled to his left. So he has registered good shots on Gonzalez from both sides.
Watching Gonzalez when he gets hit, he doesn't seem to react well to getting hit. I think he thinks everyone should fall down because I'm 6'7" and I can punch, but you got to have some skill to make somebody do it. You have to earn that respect, and he's not really firing punches right now.
Well, when you have 25 fights in your career, Tony, you've only fought one live guy. That's what happens.
Witherspoon chopping again with the right hand, clubbing, getting inside. Gonzalez forced to do a little bit of infighting. Then they separate. Final minute of round two. Gonzalez now switches to the attack and takes a big left hook for his trouble. Witherspoon let him get in and nailed him with that left hook.
Gonzalez still retains a lot of the amateurish ways that he brought over from Cuba when he defected. He stayed an amateur an awfully long time. Of course, he had no choice if he was going to remain on the island.
You watch Witherspoon, he is setting a pattern here. He's throwing punches. He's trying to get this guy into the later rounds and do damage. Gonzalez is just trying to pour with that jab and try and throw a right hand and end it. And it doesn't work like that. You talk about being an amateur a long time. There's no pro moves from this guy.
And look how widely spread apart the legs of Gonzalez are. A defensive mode. As round two winds down, a good round for Tim Witherspoon.
Okay, open up. Settle down and relax and go to that body. Keep your hands up. Go to that body until you can open up something. From either side.
not get that attention on the ends well. This round they do give it to him, and that could be a recurring
Go to that
problem.
body when you're in there.
Mouthpiece.
Witherspoon with the ability to jab and open up the puffiness here as round 3 begins. Tim Witherspoon in the white trunks. Former 2-time champion in the division, and Jorge Luis Gonzalez needing a victory over a name opponent to be taken seriously in the division.
You know, with that defensive style Spoon has, he's not the easiest guy to hit in the world. And when you're a slow puncher like Gonzalez is, he's going to have a difficult time finding the mark.
And Tim Witherspoon, always good defensive, can bring the right hand across, show you some angles, let you think that you have the whole face to shoot at, when at times he's like a hockey goalie, luring you into an angle that isn't there. Very subtle defensive style by Witherspoon.
And Witherspoon missed with that overhand right.
And Gonzalez has a 5-inch reach advantage, which he might as well not even be here.
He doesn't know how to use it, right, Tony?
Yeah, he's just like pouring, and Witherspoon just comes closer and closer and gets ready to whack him with a right hand.
Gonzalez should be throwing 3 times the amount of jabs that he is doing now. He should always have it working, even if it's not landing. At least make Witherspoon reload.
Well, I think part of Gonzalez's problem is with stamina. And I don't think he lets it all hang out for much of the round because he's worried if he can go the distance. And consequently, he's not at times, like you say, doubling, tripling up on the jab. Does he throw a hook at all? And occasionally you'll see him step inside and throw the right uppercut. There he shot the right cross to Timmy Witherspoon.
And he keeps that left hand down around his waist. Now, Thomas Hearns would keep his left down on his thigh, but he'd pop you with it. This guy is just, he should keep it up, right up to his chin to protect himself.
And in this division, Ali did it too, yet he wasn't timed. That's the major difference we might see here. I don't know if there's a strategy for Gonzalez and where he's holding his.
Gonzalez reminds me of Steve Balboni, who used to play for the Yankees. I mean, if he hits you, look out. If he hits the baseball, it's going to go a long way, but he's going to strike out an awful lot against top-flight competition. Now, Jorge Luis Gonzalez can beat, quite frankly, most of the heavyweights in the world. But can he beat the best guys in the top 10?
Well, this is his dilemma now in front of Witherspoon. Witherspoon working the body pretty well now. Good left hook by Witherspoon. Gonzalez finds some room, tries to uncork the right hand. Witherspoon with the glove over the face defensive technique and froze Gonzalez, who threw nothing there.
I wonder if he ever learned that move from Georgie Benton, the Philadelphia team.
After thinking, down goes Gonzalez from above. Right hand bomb by Witherspoon. Gonzalez should make it up, and the bell will help him here. But he was hit by a bomb.
One thing Gonzalez showed against Riddick Bowe, Dave, was that he was there to fight, and he has a lot of pride. He will not quit.
The clock showed the round was over. Witherspoon got additional time and almost took the fight. And Tim Witherspoon with the right hand bomb we talked about earlier. Gonzalez with the low left hand we talked about earlier. You add them up, and Gonzalez is on the canvas.
So you're right now, Jorge Luis Gonzalez is the biggest fraud in boxing. There's a lot of frauds in boxing. This guy's 6'7", that's it.
Tony, I appreciate you being a little bit more on the line with your opinion there. Don't hold back so much. Here's the bomb by Witherspoon, the left hook.
Big chopping right hand.
That's top of the head. That's an equilibrium shot there.
Lost all balance. I'm going to see it from another angle.
And he was bent over, too.
A clubbing shot on the top of the head. That's the worst place to get hit, especially with a downward arc like that.
And Tim threw it, what, 2 or 3 times there until it finally found the mark big time.
And that was not even a vintage Witherspoon clubbing right.
Because he wouldn't have gotten up.
Well, we start the 4th round, scheduled for 10, but we don't think so, based on what transpired at the end of round 3. Witherspoon with a clubbing right hand, putting Gonzalez down. Gonzalez barely getting up. The end of the round helping out. Now we'll see how quickly Witherspoon goes back to that.
Now, this is a learning experience for any young heavyweight. Look at Tim Witherspoon, taking his time, not rushing, not excited, just doing his job. If I don't knock him out this round, I'll go the round after that, taking his time.
And also look what he did early in the round, which was to go to the body to try to get Jorge to drop those hands even a little bit more.
Even Jorge's right hand is coming down now.
You can just ask him to drop the hands now, and it might work.
That left hand was any lower, it'd be in Havana.
Witherspoon continues to apply the assault. Good double shot. The clubbing right hand upstairs. Again, he wants it. He's landed 2 shots in this round, similar to the one that put Gonzalez down earlier. The difference is that Gonzalez wasn't leading in this round as he was in the third. So he is still erect, but he is getting hit with those shots.
Dave, he's showing absolutely no respect for Jorge Luis Gonzalez the way he's winging that overhand right.
And Gonzalez with a reach disadvantage despite having the tall stature here. He is punching down and missing Witherspoon.
Guys,
he should be coming up.
This is a Philadelphia butt whipping administered by one Tim Witherspoon.
Pretty classic stuff here by Witherspoon as Gonzalez continues backing off, tries the uppercut. Good shots by Witherspoon again. Nice right hand by Witherspoon to the head. Gonzalez needs to create some room here. He is in Witherspoon's range. He is giving away the height and reach advantage, which is the only thing he had.
A good stiff left jab would help him, but he doesn't seem to know what to do right now.
He doesn't want to take a chance on throwing the jab for fear that he won't bring it back.
That's because he listens to his trainer, which is himself, instead of getting somebody in there to work with him and listen to him.
Witherspoon with the clubbing right again over the top. Just a matter of how much Gonzalez can take as he gets hit by a jab from the smaller man. And when you start getting out jabbed by a smaller fighter, look out.
If Tim ducks down like here and tries and throws a right uppercut or a left uppercut, he could do some damage also. Gonzalez isn't looking. His head's just out there.
Well, at this point, it seems to be a question of when, rather than if, Witherspoon does more damage to Gonzalez. There's the right hand again. Gonzalez standing there using the ropes as leverage and makes a bit of a stand as round 4 goes into the books.
You got to go to the body more to set up the head. Go to the body, then the head will be up there for you. You understand? Go to the body from both sides, and the head it'll be up there for you.
How you feel? Are you all right? Good. This is mouthpiece. Good. I got it.
Bring it from the body to the head.
Tim,
Go to his
you gotta
body.
get your rhythm. Tim. Stay with your rhythm. You're falling out of your rhythm.
Yeah. Think. I'm thinking. You're going to think about boxing. Go to his body. Then the head will open up. Now you got eye thinking, Tim. Just eye thinking.
Every now and then, throw it straight right in there.
Yeah, go to the body and set it up from the body.
Stay on the stool. Stay on the stool. Stay on the stool. I got you.
I'm thinking, Tim. I'm thinking.
We start round 5, scheduled for 10. Tim Witherspoon in the white trunks, former 2-time champion, and Jorge Luis Gonzalez was down at the end of round 3, made it through round 4. I'm Dave Bontempo along with Tony Page and John Saraceno. Glad you're with us here as Witherspoon trying to move in for the knockout.
We heard something very interesting between rounds in Tim Witherspoon's corner. Whit Lowry and Tommy Gallagher cautioning Tim Witherspoon not to get away from his game plan, which is to be really more clever, and the big bombs will come. He really, a couple times in that round, he left himself open to harm's way. And I tell you what, Jorge Luis Gonzalez, with that one shot, it could be a right uppercut or a short right hand, still has the power to end the fight with one punch.
So Witherspoon's people telling him essentially, bob and weave, get in there, go to the body, and just continue to work. Don't lunge.
That's a good point. He started bobbing and weaving early, and Gonzalez can't hit him. But he can't hit him when he's standing still. Now he's going to move and make it twice as difficult for him.
Well, I think Tim got a little greedy after that knockdown in the third round, which was understandable.
Naturally, he thought he had the chance to end the fight.
There's that right hand you're talking
There was that uppercut, and Gonzalez, that's why he's laying on the ropes. He's hoping to catch Tim coming in.
Tim's trying to shoot his right uppercut.
Also, when you see a guy against the ropes, you know his legs aren't probably what they should be, and that's a function of age and training.
And Tim should start pounding the body right now.
Well, Witherspoon goes to work against Gonzalez, who has those spaghetti legs here. He's been hit to the body by Witherspoon. He's been knocked down. Witherspoon went for the clubbing rights in the last round, and there he goes again and continues to work inside pretty smartly. Witherspoon doesn't pay too much of a price thus far getting in.
Witherspoon is just chopping him down, very methodical. Watch for the uppercut from Tim.
And also Gonzalez.
You get a good look at Witherspoon's defense, how he covers up, and then a good right hand. Big shot by Witherspoon. Gonzalez wants to land the uppercut. The hook is there as well. It's home run derby for these guys. Heavyweights slugging it out.
The problem is Witherspoon looks like Canseco.
His target practice now for Witherspoon.
He's really going after Gonzalez. He's got him trapped.
He can still land that uppercut because his head's just sitting there.
Witherspoon.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
And a shot in the back of the head, which wasn't necessary. The referee too slow in getting over.
I'm glad they stopped this one.
They go through the preliminary motion of the count. Referee was too slow in getting over, and Gonzalez took one shot to the back of the head, which was not necessary.
There was no need for the referee to continue the count. Just stop it at that point and get the doctor in there.
And there was no need for the last right hand to get in. Referee was too slow. And these shots by Witherspoon as he teed off. He knew when to gamble. Gonzalez, really a victim of his own making here because he laid in the corner hoping to bring Witherspoon to him so he could land the uppercut, and it's the corner which eventually trapped Gonzalez.
If you're not used to fighting with your back against the ropes, when you do that, that means you're tired.
And here's where it is now. Witherspoon lands the shot.
Look how he takes his time.
Gonzalez wants him in there, but now Gonzalez has nowhere to go, and that's a big shot by Witherspoon. Gonzalez able to answer. Witherspoon looks for the right hand over the top.
Gonzalez should be grabbing him like he's his sister or his girlfriend. Just don't let him go. He has no strength left.
No, he cannot hold Witherspoon off, and though he's surviving for the moment, watch for Witherspoon bob to turn it around. Witherspoon gets some space. Good uppercut. He will step back a little bit, and that comes in. Then the hook. Now it's the beginning of the end. Now, Gonzalez is on no footing at all. Tremendous shots by Witherspoon. Gonzalez can't hold on now because he can't get a grab. Now, referee right here should be there. No excuse for the referee not to stop it right there.
Well, I counted the punches there, Dave. 12 right hands Gonzalez got nailed with.
The end comes at 2 minutes, 54 seconds of round number 5. The winner by knockout victory, showing he is still one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the division. He is terrible. Tim Witherspoon.
Well, at 38 years of age, Tim Witherspoon might be more popular with this crowd than he's ever been.
And he's probably more dangerous.